Guys, welcome to the J. Scott Outdoors podcast. This is going to be a cool little clip from Jason Hairston, the founder of KUIU.com. And KUIU is a sponsor of this podcast. And this short clip is actually right off of KUIU.com's YouTube channel. And you can go on their YouTube channel and see a bunch of this kind of stuff, which I think provides a lot of value. In this little clip, he's going to talk about what he brings on a 12-day sheep hunt for Bonnet Plume. He's literally packing his pack and is going through all of the different food that he's taking on a 12-day sheep hunt. He's going to talk about, fat content. He's going to talk about food bags, how he packs, how not to overpack. He's going to weigh out each piece of food. He's going to give us weight totals, specific food, calorie counts, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it's going to be some value here for you guys that have backpack hunts coming up. I want to thank KUIU for their sponsorship of this podcast. Also want to remind you guys as listeners, you can go down to the show notes and you can see the other additional sponsors. I've got GoHunt.com Insider. They're the title sponsor of this podcast, Phonescope.com, and the Outdoorsmans.com. I just want to thank all the sponsors. I want to thank you guys for your avid support of this podcast, and I really appreciate all of the emails that you guys send me with questions, comments. I love all of the pictures, the success photos and videos that you send me of your hunts. So if you haven't done that, please do. I love it, and I try and respond immediately. I actually am going to be right in the middle of Gould's turkey hunts here over the next month. So if I'm not quite as responsive as normal, it's just because I'm down in Sonora, Mexico, guiding our Gould's turkey hunts down there. So guys, thanks for all your support. You can follow along my Instagram at JScottOutdoors, on my Facebook page, JScottOutdoors. And you can send me an email at jscottoutdoors@gmail.com. And let's get right to this episode. Thanks for listening.
Hey, this is Jason, and I get a lot of questions about food, what I bring on hunts, how much, and I want to take you through how I pack my food bags. I'm leaving tomorrow for a 12-day Yukon Doll sheep hunt up with Bonnet Plume. And I'm going to take you through how I pack my bags and how I look at food for a hunt and plan around it. And I'm looking for calories per ounce in foods that will average out at about 120 to 130 calories per ounce and over 50% fat content. And that's what I've achieved here with this menu. So I'm going to like to show you how I pack my bags. I set up an assembly line, and I will break down this food per day to make sure that I have exactly what I need, and more importantly, really, that I don't have more than I need. And typically guys will overpack on what they need for food because they're worried about getting hungry. And I use Ziploc bags, a couple different sizes to create my food bags. I like these Ziploc quart bags with a zipper on top. And in this menu for this trip, I've got beef jerky that will go in my food bag, and I'll take about an ounce, and I weigh all this out, make sure I've got exactly what I need. But that's roughly about an ounce of jerky that'll go in my food bag. Fritos are really high in calories per ounce, and it's nice to get some salt in your system as well, and just something different than like nutrition type of bars. Cheese is a great addition to add to your food bag. What I like about cheese is it's a basic, it's a dairy product, so it helps coat your stomach and helps deal with some of the higher sugar content that you'll have in your food bag. Almonds are a great food source for hunts. They have naturally have the highest calorie per ounce you can have, and lots of fat. I like Snickers bars and Reese's peanut butter cups. Again, this is kind of your choice on what you like on candy bars, but these are nice for because they have high calories per ounce, and they'll give you some energy. I'll bring a Cliff bar. These are the new nut butter filled energy bars by Cliff. I like these. I've been using those this off season. I like the way they taste. Nature Valley biscuits. These have a crazy high calorie per ounce and lots of fat. Natural fig bar. Again, just another type of food source that I've been using this year in training. And then individual Skippy's peanut butter packets. And these are great because you can pack peanut butter in an individual serving and have one per day. And then I'll make a sandwich out of that with a bagel thin. And this is what I will pack in my pack. This is my lunch, early morning snack, lunch, and late afternoon food while I'm out in the mountain. And then I'll bring a Mountain House dinner for every single night, and a breakfast skillet pro pack. And I used to eat oatmeal or breakfast bar, and I found that by taking the time to boil water and eating an actual breakfast, Mountain House breakfast with eggs, this one has potatoes and some bacon in it, that it stays with you a lot longer, and you're not getting hungry as soon in the mid-morning, and let you eat less throughout the day and feel better. And so that's a day's worth of food right there. It weighs just under 2 pounds. It's 1 pound, 15 ounces, 30 ounces of food essentially. And that's what I will bring for every day that I'm hunting. So I'll have 12 of these in my pack. It'll get me to just under 24 pounds, about 23 pounds of food. And in addition to that, I will bring a Hydrate and Recover by Wilderness Athlete, and I'll drink one of these every night before I go to bed to get those electrolytes back into my system. And then I also bring Starbucks V, and I'll bring 2 packs of those for every morning. And that's my morning coffee. And that's it. I mean, this is all I'm bringing per day for a 12-day sheep hunt. And just to give you some totals on the calories and calories per ounce. So we're at a total of 4,140 calories for the day, including the Mountain House and my food bag for the day. And we're at over 2,400 calories in fat, so over 50% fat. So that's really, really good. This is the highest calorie per ounce and highest fat content food bag I've put together to date. And getting away from the sugars and more into the fats is a good thing. It'll burn longer and sustain you longer. All right, so I've got all my food bags packed. I've got all my Mountain House laid out. Now I'm going to pack it. And what I'm going to do for this trip, because we're going to be boning out our sheep, is to use our bone-out meat bags, the largest size that we make, and use that to pack my food. When we pack the meat out, I can empty the food and then use these for hauling the meat, so you get a piece of equipment that has multiple uses. So I'm going to now go ahead and pack my Mountain House and all my food in these, and we'll throw them on the scale and make sure that everything's weighing in where it should. Can't forget the coffee. So we're right at 20 pounds, which is exactly what I planned on bringing. So that gives us basically 2 pounds of food a day, and will get us about 4,000 calories, 4,400 calories a day to eat. And this is what I'll need for 10 days of hunting.